Hello, everybody! Welcome back to the Men's Couch, a show about men's mental health. I'm Alex Hennon, and I'm here joined by
Micah Blackwell
and Lucas Kane.
It has been a hot minute since
yeah.
I've said that. I love it. Cool, guys. We are back. I know we haven't uploaded as much as usual, but life and stuff.
School.
Yeah. But we're back on track with things, and hopefully we'll still upload for you guys. And before we start, don't forget to follow us on Instagram and also on Spotify. We also have a YouTube channel as well. Don't forget about that. Leave a like, subscribe for that. And let's take it away from here. So today's topic is about belonging.
Indeed.
Belonging. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
What? I didn't think I said anything yet.
You ask who here belongs.
Oh yeah. Before we started, I was like, who here out here belonging to things?
Belonging.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
That's a good place to start.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Who belongs?
there's first of all, I can say that I belong, and I think everyone belongs. Everyone belongs to something, to somewhere, and I feel like, I think there's a lot on feeling like people are trying to find like what crowd or what space do I belong to, but I think we might not realize it, but everyone belongs somewhere or to, I wouldn't say like to something, but we all have like a group of people that we belong with, and I think that's something that people need to realize. I think, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I 100% agree. Even sometimes I feel like people, they feel like they don't belong, when in reality they do.
Yeah, and I think a problem with our culture or things that I've been seeing is that people might try to look to places to belong. They might look like outside.
Whoa.
I just
You
hit
hit
the
the
mic.
mic.
My fault.
Casualty.
They might look outside somewhere. Like if I just do this thing or join this organization, or if I go to this place, then I will belong. Then that's when, if these people just accept me, then I will belong. And that was like a huge struggle my freshman year, of me trying to find like a place where I belong, because I felt like I needed to do certain things and like kind of like modify my personality so people would accept me. And I feel like that's not true belonging. That's more of like a performance. That's more of like a performance than like true belonging. True belonging is showing up as yourself and not trying to like modify your personality. Like your personality might show up differently in different scenarios, but like you always like have a core sense of who you are. And I think that's why like my freshman year, I I was like searching for belonging, but I was also like grounded, and I didn't want to lose myself in the process of trying to find like community. And that's kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Can we maybe rewind a second here and go back to, because I've been thinking this whole time, sitting here pensively, and I don't know if I know what it really means to belong. Like, what does it mean that you feel like you are alike in a group of people, like they understand you? Does it feel like you understand them? Does it mean that you have a certain trait? Does it mean that you are just happy in this place, even if, I don't know, maybe per se you're different than this and you're in an environment that you're not familiar with, but you're still happy with it? What really does it mean to belong?
Dang. Yeah.
Start with the basics.
What does it mean to belong?
I'm not sure if I know.
Like, even if you are in a club or something, you can still feel left out or not belong. So I think belonging is more complicated than just like, oh, I'm in a club, that means I belong. Because a lot of people don't feel that way, even if they are in a group, or surrounded by people. Like, you've heard the phrase, even though you're surrounded by friends, you still feel alone.
Yeah, I remember like we talked about the like at the beginning of the year. We talked about that at the beginning of the year, and I think like to me, belonging is more of an internal thing, where you're able to be yourself in front of people, and also you don't feel like people are like people don't have like you're trying to like join a group and you feel like if you feel like people have a wall or like a clique or clicky,
Mm-hmm.
then I feel like that's when you don't belong.
Mm.
um because and the reason why you don't belong there is because like you're the type of person that like doesn't exclude anyone. And if you're the person that welcomes everyone and you're trying to join like a certain group of people, or like it could be anything, or trying to join a certain group of people, then that's that's like an internal value that you value belonging. Those people just might value I cannot say it. Homogeneity. I can't say it.
Like homogenous,
Like being homogenous,
homogeneity.
Homogeneity.
being the same, or like kind of being the same. If you guys have a better word, please like say. Like,
Oh yeah, we have our two background.
Yeah.
Homogeneity.
I can't
Homo-
say it. I
Hummus.
Hom- Homogeneity.
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 Homogenous.
But like
Homogenous, like yeah.
I don't even know what this word is.
people might like people in that group. They might like not. They might not. They might just like. They might value blending in more than bringing everyone's ideas together.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Blending in versus belonging. That's a good
Yeah,
topic.
blending in versus belonging. There's a difference between just blending in.
Looking like you are part of something rather than actually being part of something.
Yeah, like if you're just like kind of you're in with the crowd versus like, do these people actually see me? Do they get me? That's a difference.
That's true.
And if it's like you're just blending in, then that's kind of like a looser, like social relationship is not very like. I think that's those looser ties. You might feel like you don't belong because of that reason, because you feel like you have to like mold yourself into like this sort of person to belong. But that's not true belonging. That's more of like blending in like you
Mhm.
said. So I don't think that's true belonging. And I think like if you find yourself in a situation where you're just like you're trying to like you feel like there's like cliques in a certain environment, we talked about that, like cliques in an environment, then that's a sign that like you value like I feel like that's a sign that it's not like it's not always like a bad thing, even though we might feel that way in the moment. It's just a sign that you're made for like a greater community that is more like-minded and has more of the same values. Because when people get like cliquey, then they get into like a sense of like safety of this is the safety of the group. You know, this person is trying to join it. We feel weird about it. They're trying to like disrupt the safety.
Mm-hmm.
Not that you're like a bad person, but like they value being like the same over just like welcoming
okay.
everyone.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. People create very exclusive groups, whether it be friend groups where you kind of have to be a certain type of person to be in this clique.
Mm-hmm.
And that really closes doors. And whenever you're surrounded by cliques and groups of people that seem to fit into this mold, whenever you feel like you don't fit into any of these molds, I think that's when people feel like they don't belong. They feel like they oversimplify things.
Yeah, and that's where like I feel like that's where, and that's what I was talking like to you, Alex, about like our game nights. It's not like a certain like
Click or
clique. It's just like everyone's welcome, which can have like positive and negative.
yeah, pros and cons,
like,
but
but it's not like we value that environment where everyone is welcome, where you're not like it's just like it's literally just show up. It's not like it's not like you have to do anything to be a part of this. And I think that's like what a lot of people might be missing, is that they're not used to people just welcoming them. So like when they are welcome, they kind of feel taken aback, like
what?
like what do you mean you're like inviting me? So I think like people that don't always belong are the people that invite other people to different to things. because like you value having everyone included, and I think that's something to see as a gift and
Yes.
to use it wisely,
I agree.
because like not everyone is just not everyone's welcoming. I don't think people like are generally welcoming, like
I've noticed that.
in the way that like
Yeah.
we the not to like say like, oh my gosh, game night's just like, but like not I don't like see that often when people are just like, yeah, I might like see it here and there, like people are just like, hey, you want to like do this, but like it's mostly like it's like, you know, I'll like people are surprised, especially last year when I invite people to game night. You just like, you know, see random people and you just invite them, and yes and no, but it's more of I kind of gotten over that social
The hurdle.
hurdle of like having like this idea that people don't belong in what we do, because I feel like we have like these established walls with people, and we feel like, oh, I won't like include this person. Like maybe you're trying to like fit into like this clique at like band, or like this clique at wherever your workplace or whatever, and you didn't feel like you necessarily belonged. That was more based off that clique more so than like something wrong with you. And I think a lot of us that like find trouble ish with belonging, I think we have to realize that it's not on us to prove to those people that we're like valuable people. It's just we all are. It's just it's probably like more of like a better thing to not be in that group. And I don't talk a lot about this, but like freshman year, I I tried to join a fraternity twice, um, but I like whatever like opinions or perspectives you have on it, like that's not like part of it. But the whole thing is like I tried to do it, like I was doing it out of a place like sort of like a neediness of validation and approval, because like I felt like I needed to prove to them that I am like a cool, valuable person. And I didn't realize like in the process I was like kind of like modifying my personality to fit in with that group of people that I really could, could care less if I could like see them or like hang out with them. I was just doing it because I felt that I needed to in order to have like that sense of belonging. It's always like belonging. I feel like it's like that idea. It's like the idea of belong. We're attracted to the idea of belonging, but at the expense of what?
Yeah, you wanna have the feeling of walking in that big group down the hallway with your friends.
Yeah.
And you don't
And
want
it's
to
like
sit alone
Be the
at
mean
lunch,
girls
or
or
You
the-
want to be part of the cool cliques.
Like
I wish that I
like
could
that
be
movie, like that scene where everyone's just like walking like together. It's just
Yeah,
like
and
first of all, like I walk too fast for people sometimes.
You bolt
I
like
walk too fast for people.
you do the
sometimes.
speed walk of like you are determined.
Like
I
walk
appreciate that. People usually walk too slow, honestly.
That's
I
true.
walk too fast for people sometimes for
There's-
us to walk in.
There's
group.
always like those two people that are always in front of you, just walking as slow as possible.
Oh my God,
You
the
can't
middle
get
of the
around them
hallway.
because the hallway's
You
too small. So you're
can't.
like, mother.
So like,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like
I understand
like I don't want belonging for belonging's sake. I want belonging because I want to connect with people who are like me and that we could grow together, we could like learn from each other. That's why I want belonging, not because not like in freshman year where I was like, oh yeah, like I was like I didn't say this, but like my attitude was like, yeah, I want people to like me and like my um like my personality, but like eventually it like clicked where it's like, yeah, like this is not. And I realized that it was actually in my like perspective, in my view, it was actually a good thing that that didn't happen, that I didn't end up going into that, because I wouldn't like have felt my authentic self with those group of people. And the same thing with like maybe like trying to get along with people. It could be like in band, for example, like not the people that are like cliquey are bad. It's just you probably wouldn't have really meshed well with them to begin with. It's just you're so attracted to the idea of being a part of this group of people that overrides your sense of like security within yourself and like I need to be with them.
I
Like,
understand that for
voice
sure.
in your
I've been a victim of that so many times for sure.
that voice in your
Or-
head that's like
Or like if the group you're trying to get into, like they're very closed to other people joining, or if you're talking to that group and they're making a bunch of inside jokes that you don't
Oh
get.
my gosh, that's
so
the
they're like
worst.
laughing at random things that they're saying, and you're just sitting there just like,
Yeah, like is no one gonna
I love
explain
it.
this to me?
yeah,
Am I not
and then
included?
and then they don't. So it's like,
Yeah, and like I've been in that situation so much. I know exactly what you're saying. And then everyone's laughing, and you're just like, and then you're staring at someone, being like, "Hey, is anyone gonna explain this to me?" And they just move on.
yeah,
Fun
Also,
stuff.
like belonging isn't something that you necessarily find per se. It's something like you grow into, like you grow into belonging. It's not like something that like, oh yeah, I found it out. Now I'm like established. Now I feel like secure. It's something that like, you kind of you wrestle with your whole life. You wrestle with trying certain like social circles, certain friendships, or certain like relationships, and then like it might not work out and then you like move on. It doesn't mean like that you're like a bad person. It's more of you find like you grow into it. You grow into what it means to belong. Maybe it's like what it meant to belong like in a previous season of your life, like in my freshman year, is completely different than it is now, like completely different. And I would say that like before it was just more of me kind of like trying like anything, like trying anything, which is like I think that's like a lot of freshmen. You're a freshman, you're new, you're trying to like leave high school behind, and you're like kind of have this new energy, but at the same time, like belonging is completely different at that time. And belonging to me now is just more of me being grounded within myself, and seeing other people that are also grounded, like that are also like have the same values. It's not like necessarily like I'm trying to be everybody's friend, which I tend to like I love to be everyone's friend, but
I'm the same boat as you. I
yeah,
like being friends with everybody,
yeah,
and I still do. It's
Yeah.
just like doing that with the right people.
yeah, like having that energy with the right people, with the right group, with the right clique, because you can be like open to everyone, but not everyone is open. Not everyone is willing to be open to you, and sometimes it's not like it's not. I don't think it's before. I would like take it like so personally, like so personally, and I would get like bent out of shape over it. But I realized that like I wouldn't have not been happy with this group of people. I'm like more attracted to like the idea of saying that I belong in this group of people. In my situation, it was like with the fraternity. I was like so like attracted to like the idea of being with that fraternity that I was like, wait a second, I'm not actually like clicking with these people, but I'm attracted to the idea of it. Whereas like true belonging is like you, it could just be like one or two people that like you click with. It doesn't have to be like a whole like group of people. I think people like have this idea in their head that they need to have like this whole family of people around them, which is like it's good if you do if you have that. That's like everyone has different temperaments and personalities. I can only handle you like once a day. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Fair.
I was kidding. But
Fair.
like we have this like idea of like what belonging means, and I think sometimes we have to like reevaluate what that means so that we can, because I think it's like sometimes like driving us driving us insane sometimes.
Oh,
Or, like-
100%. I've been thinking about that recently actually because I just started my senior year, and so in classic me fashion, I had a lot of existential crises about it, And I'm
Yeah.
thinking, I'm sort of looking back on what the people I've met, the friends I've gained, what I've done in the past 3 years. And I got all bent up about it because I never really found like a big group of friends that I just walk around and hang out with everywhere.
Mm.
And I was bent up about that for, I don't know, for a little bit. And then I came to the realization that that even if I didn't have like a huge group of people that I was super close with, I have a bunch of like smaller people who weren't necessarily in the same group who I'm very connected to, like
Yeah.
people from
And
all
I think
different
that's
wakes
like,
of life, and like
I think that's,
I don't really find myself fitting in with a larger group, but I find myself with really close relationships in spread around all these different people in life, and so I kind of was able to call myself knowing that I didn't fail. I just sort of found a different way to belong, I suppose.
I think your way of like is more like authentic and more like intentional,
Mm-hmm.
because like just isn't it just boring just knowing like the same type of
Yeah.
people? Like it's just
Mm-hmm.
kind of boring.
Like,
So I feel like
yeah.
people that like Lucas, like you, that have, you might have like someone that you know from this social group or like friend group or like another, and then but you're able to have that because you're like more open to different types of people. You're not like so
Mm-hmm.
close minded to like just one person, and that's where like I think people sometimes get into like trapped into those barriers of, they have like this idea of this person or like this group that is where that they think is belonging, but belonging is just so it's not like we put it in a box like this is
Mm-hmm.
belonging. Once I'm like established with this group, or once I join this, then that's where belonging is. But belonging is like, it's what Lucas said, like having, knowing different people, having these connections from different um like different like friend groups,
Yeah,
different
just
like,
people from all different wakes of life.
Yeah.
Like I
yeah,
know I'm close friends with frat guys. I'm close friends with you guys. I'm
yeah,
friends with these like academic scholars who are like 10 times smarter than me.
There's two of us.
I'm friends with I'm friends with my mom's friend who writes books, and we email
like
each other our writings. And I'm friends
Fire.
with like a 30-year-old who just finished her master's program, and we go on Zoom meetings every week to talk. And it's like,
Fire.
like yeah, because like I talk to like authors, and it's just like I've had authors on the show, and to like an outsider's perspective that looks like, what do you mean, like why are you like not talking to people like your age? But like belonging is different. Like it's not like the movie where it's just having like this like a clique.
mm-hmm.
They like people can have like, I'm not like against cliques per se, but I will say that I just cannot be in like one group of people. Like, I have to talk
Mm-hmm.
with like
I get you.
and I'm like I'm what's like called like I guess a social introvert. Like I'm an introvert like at heart, but I love to socialize with people when I do have the energy. When Alex isn't like draining me,
You're welcome.
when Alex isn't draining me, I do have the energy, and I think like people need to realize that belonging is more intentional, and belonging needs to be more intentional than just settling for just like this group of people
Mhm.
that you happen to know somewhat. Because I think that's where like the being lonely in with a group of people, I think that's where it comes to play.
Mm-hmm.
Is this we're not like necessarily expanding our social network, where we're just only like limiting ourselves. We're either limiting ourselves, or we're not. We're with a group of people that isn't necessarily like authentic or welcoming to our personality.
Oh yeah.
Because
Right.
like I feel like we might get into those like scenarios where like if I told people like that I collect records or whatever, would they still like would they still find me like cool or whatever? And if you're like wondering that, not like if you're wondering that, then you might need to like maybe need to reevaluate if they're the right group of people. Um,
I get that so much because actually I was in a similar situation to you in freshman year. I was trying to decide whether or not I wanted to join a fraternity, and I did join a fraternity, and it changed me a lot because I mean these guys I love them. They're great guys, and the fraternity is a fun experience. But to be completely honest, I really don't feel like I belong or I fit in their group because all of them are so they're in a different world than I am in terms of socializing and everything.
Yeah.
And whenever I enjoy hanging out with them and we talk, we just don't have like super, I don't know, we don't have long, prolonged like talks where we get to know each other. It's more surface level stuff. And I find myself when I'm around them, I find myself like tweaking what I say just to make it appeal more to them, to make it sound more interesting to them because I feel like if I talked about what I really wanted to talk about, they wouldn't get it.
They're like, what are you talking? Like,
Yeah.
What are you talking?
what are you on? And I feel like that's like it's okay to have like those like looser social relationships. Maybe you might not find like maybe you might not maybe you might not necessarily like go go the distance with them or whatever. Maybe you might not necessarily go like they might necessarily know you too well. That might not be like the place for it. But like maybe like other people might like really want to get to know you, and you really like there's like it's like a I can't explain it all the time. It's like a feeling where you feel like, okay, this person really gets me. This person like understands me. Like for me, it's like because I can be like I'm quite quirky. Like if you know me, I'm quite like
No way.
I'm quite like quirky
Nope.
and just very like I'm quirky, but I'm very like deep at the same time. So it's just like I'll be laughing with you 1 minute, and then like I'll be having like a 10-minute like deep conversation. Especially with you, I'll be having like a deep 10-minute deep conversation with you about like life, and and I feel like that's like if people can't necessarily like understand that or accept that, then maybe that they might not be like there might be like a level of social relation that you have with them, but you just can't go like here.
Right.
You
Yeah,
can't
I
go
get
to
that.
that level with that person, which isn't like necessarily a bad thing. It's just yeah.
For sure.
But yeah, I definitely like relate to what you said because like when I tried to join one, I'm just like I do not I don't care about what they're talking about. It's like why am I here? It's like I don't give like two cats about what they're talking about. There's
Two
like
cats.
two cats
Haven't heard
about what
that
they're
one.
Man,
talking
I don't give a two cats what you talking about.
about what they're talking about, and but then like I realized I'm talking like with my family too. It's like yeah, I was doing it for like the wrong reasons. I was doing it like because I felt that I needed to like it's like something I think it's like we're afraid of the idea that of what not belonging would do to us sometimes. Like for me, I was like afraid of like okay, if I don't belong, then what does that say about like about me as a person, about like the idea that this idea I have about college. Just like I'm just like if I can talk to freshman Micah, I would have just like sat him down like just don't just but I don't know. I think like in that experience, I learned a lot about belonging because I learned that I learned what true belonging meant. Like I think sometimes in our rejection experiences, whether it's like from a relationship, a friendship, or even like family, sometimes family can be like sometimes like clicky, but and even in those scenarios, I feel like we learn what true belonging is. True belonging is first belonging to yourself. You should never feel like you're in a situation where like you have to like sometimes um like change for your family in a way and or change for like a person because I feel like sometimes like we're now this is different than like this is different where you're at like Thanksgiving dinner and you know not to go into politics with your uncle. That's different. But like if you feel like you have to constantly like modify yourself, constantly like monitor yourself or like around your family, you don't feel like that sense of safety, then or it could be anyone, that sense of safety, then I feel like sometimes there's like we don't even like even though they're biological, sometimes we don't even belong in our family. like for me, for example, sometimes like I feel generally more connected like with you guys and like with my family because
Mm-hmm.
not that my family is like terrible, but like we're all on the same page on some things that I feel more generally connected with than than other people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Yeah, everyone has what is interesting to them.
Yes.
But yeah,
yeah.
and it's like a matter of finding people not just that have similar interests, but that I don't know that you connect with on other levels as well.
Yeah.
Because personally, like I I have nothing against anyone really. I don't hate anyone to be completely honest, but I am never able to. I have such a difficult time getting along with like other guys my age sometimes because I'm
Mhm.
just not interested in like football or anything, you know.
Yeah, I think that's like that's me too. Like I'm not like interested in this. I think that's why like I do have like a decent number of like female friends because like I'm very number one, I'm very sensitive, and number two, like I'm just very like I'm not into sports. I'm not into like the gym. I don't care about the gym at
Mm-hmm.
all. If you talk to me about the gym, it goes over my head. He knows.
Jim, right?
Gym.
Yeah.
If you talk to me about the gym, it goes over my head. I'm a garden and nature
How much can you
freak.
bench?
I'm a garden and nature freak. So I think a lot of us, I think a lot of us men do have, I think we do sometimes hide traits of ourselves because like the common ground is that men are like into only like these certain number of things, like whether it be sports or whether it be like whatever stereotypical bro
Yeah,
thing
guys
there
like
is.
Bro.
put up like a defense line of like this is what I talk about because other
Yeah.
people like it and it's not
Right.
really what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think that's um yeah, I think once it's like if it's just like limited to that, then you feel like okay, I can't go deeper with this person
Yeah, like you have trouble finding stuff to talk about.
because it's like, well, if they have like if they are only talk about like this, then I can't talk about like what I really want to talk about. And I think that's like it's not always a bad thing. It might like feel like it feels very limiting and it can be.
Well, you could use that opportunity. Like what I sometimes do is like, especially if it's something I don't know much about, it could be something that I could potentially get interest in.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I think about it sometimes, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think that there are like, I think there are instances, instances. I think there are instances where we can find some common ground with some people, and there are instances where you just like you don't really like, not really, and that's okay. I think the problem is that we get so bent out of shape over it, because naturally like we're social creatures. We want to belong. We're designed to belong in community. We're designed to be with people, despite what like society says that we should just go it alone. We are designed to be with people, and that we should honor that desire to want to socialize, to want to belong. But also like when if there are instances where we're like, where we're sad that we're not really people aren't inviting us or we're not meshing well with some people. I think it's okay to like sometimes be sad, but to not internalize that to mean that there's something wrong with you.
Mm-hmm.
To mean that there's something like wrong with you that you feel like you need to like that you need to change about yourself in order to belong. It's like, is there something that I'm doing wrong? Is there something like, I think it's important to have like a level of self-awareness to how you come across, but at the same time, if it goes into um, like you like beating yourself up, then that's like where it's like it's not always just it's not always like you're doing something wrong. Sometimes it's just you're not meant to belong with those people, and I feel like when we frame it as that, then we become more aligned with our ourselves, and more aligned with like our like authentic selves. I think that's so important too. It's like never like lose a sense, and I can say it to like freshman year me, never lose a sense of your authenticity. Never sacrifice your authenticity for someone else, for your family, for like a group of people. Don't do that, because like you only hurt yourself. You're not hurting the people, because they see the they see the mask. They only see that. They're not being hurt by that. You're only hurting yourself if you like limit yourself, and you don't get to express yourself, because true connection and belonging happens when we express ourselves, and we can feel connected with that.
Dang.
Yes.
But
And the mask, it doesn't come off easy.
It does. It's very loose.
the mask.
I said it doesn't come off easy.
Oh, it doesn't come off easy. I'm like, it doesn't come off easy.
Well, like,
Not for me.
depends on the person, but
Oh yeah, it doesn't come off easy, especially like in especially like for men, because we are so trained to wear a mask. We're so trained to have this persona so that people, for acceptance, we have this like exterior, and it's very hard to like, for me, like it was very hard for me to start scraping it off, if that makes sense.
yeah.
To start scraping it off, and it takes years. Like, it's not like a one and done thing where you're like, I'm not gonna like wear my mask anymore. It's like you don't even notice the mask, and it takes a while to realize your mask, and realize how you wear the mask, to realize, because we've talked about masks, I think, on the podcast. I think it was like couple semesters ago or whatever.
Yeah.
I think Miller was here.
Yeah, Reverend.
Yeah. Well, I think Miller.
Shout
I think
out.
it was Miller.
Oh wait, I got the two Alexes mixed up.
No, that's Miller. It's not Alex.
Miller.
Yeah, Miller. Do you remember Miller?
Is he the? I think I remember him. Yeah.
You'll remember, like, if I show you
I
a
don't know
picture.
this guy.
I remember the right Alex. There's so many Alexes, guys.
It
They're
wasn't an Alex. It was
Yeah.
it was Miller. But we talked about that, and I think that's like what.
Like, his name is Miller,
Yeah.
not Alex.
No.
Well, yeah, because there's an Alex Miller,
No, there's no.
but
Alex.
then there's is it Joseph Miller?
Yeah.
Oh, then I don't remember. But-
Anyway, we once we've been trained to wear the mask, we tend to that contributes to our loneliness, and it's not necessarily like our fault all the time. It's generally what we've been trained to, and we just have to learn. We have to unlearn that, and once we unlearn that, and once we like develop our we live more aligned with ourselves. And practically speaking, like, for me, practically speaking, is saying no to certain things. It's saying no to, like, no, I don't want to go to this party because I hate parties. Like, if I would have, like, no, I don't want to go to this thing. No, I don't want to join your organization. No, I don't want to be a part of this fraternity. It's like when you reject certain things because for your authentic self. For me, like, I just had to learn, like, to say no to certain things, because it's like, I don't, like, if I were to say yes, I would have, like, it would have caused me more like dissonance and anxiety, because I would feel like I had to keep saying yes just to keep the flow of that, to achieve the idea of belonging versus actually achieve like blending in versus belonging.
There you go.
Blending in versus belonging, and I wouldn't actually like feel like that I belong. It would just been more of like, I'm trying to avoid the anxiety of not belonging, so I'm going to say yes to this party, because like, I don't know, I'm just like when I tell people like I'm not a party person, people are like genuinely surprised, because I guess they assume, like, because I know a lot of people that I am, but like, that's just not me. And like, if you are a party person, the people around you aren't, then say no to that too. Like, say no, like, no, I don't want to just chill. I want to party. Be honest about like what you want. Be honest about
Sorry,
what
I was
you want. You good?
heavily agreeing. Yes.
Be honest
Here,
about what you want. Like,
shifting.
like you and I, we're completely opposite.
Micah and
ends
I
of each other.
are like complete opposites, but in the good way.
But like, yeah, go ahead.
We I feel like we benefit from being so different from each other.
Yes.
Like I feel we've over the past few years since I've known you,
Yeah.
I feel like we've helped each other out
Yeah. Yeah.
when it comes to character development
Yeah.
and
even when it's like, even if it's like, it's like you can still belong with someone that is the complete opposite of
Yeah.
you. Like I feel like we have this idea of belonging means sameness, but we can be complete opposite ends of like the spectrum where like this guy like super like extroverted and like super like, oh my gosh, but like that
Oh my
also like
gosh.
that balances like the dynamic, and
Yeah.
and like it's good. It's good to have that balance because it also like explores you to different things. It explores
Yeah.
you to different. It helps you like get see different things and see different, because like for me, like I'm not like extroverted, but like I am like adventurous. Like I like to discover new things, go new places, go all around Pittsburgh, like just
We know
go
that,
all
yeah.
around Pittsburgh and
Pittsburgh.
like
bird,
um
the
like,
bird.
Bird.
I've been taking these guys like practically like everywhere in Pittsburgh, and I'm just like this is like how I am, and I also love to hike, so it's like having that like adventurous soul.
Right.
I think having that like adventurous spirit helps you to find belonging in a sense, because you're not like, you realize that you don't want to limit yourself socially, so you just want to like discover new people. Like this person like is into collecting shells. That's cool. But I would never do that. But it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That also goes. I think it goes into like culture
Yeah.
and even like religions and stuff like that.
Yeah, cause like even like for me, like people like
Yeah, the culture and religion tends to make people cliquey.
that's
They only hang out with
like
their
with people
who-
of
yeah.
people of the same faith background or people of the same race.
Of course, that's good
Well,
Yeah.
to do that, obviously.
Yeah.
But like also, spread your wings.
Because I'm sure,
and
like,
fly.
I'm sure like I taught you a lot about like Black culture, just
Yes!
like being friends, just us being friends. You taught me a lot about like Italian culture, just being friends with you. So like it really, and on the surface people look like, okay, like they could never be friends, or like two different backgrounds, or like even like for like when it comes to like relationships, like there are two different backgrounds, but people can find belonging in
Seriously.
places where you least expect it.
Oh yeah.
Like where you least expect is where you will find belonging, and I think that's what people, if we have that mindset, then we'll be more open to belonging. Also, I have a thing to go to. I forgot.
Are you Irish, Lucas?
Scottish.
Scottish. That was
Close. Well, I'm Scot-Irish, so
Yeah.
you're pretty much on
Well,
the dot.
like you're Scottish, right? And like the three of us have completely different backgrounds, but we all are still friends. Like
Oh,
that's
100%.
that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Like I mean, I feel like it's been ingrained in humans in general to alienate and kind of form into groups and disclude other people, and so I think that's why it can be so
Yeah.
hard to feel like you belong and to take the mask off, is because it's kind of ingrained and it takes effort to let other people in.
Yeah, and also like if you're like that type of person that's like, yeah, I just get bored with just one type of person. I need to like have a different variety of
I can
people.
relate to that. Yeah.
100%.
Then like
Like,
being in a clique, like, okay, so here's the thing, being in a clique it looks like, oh my gosh, it looks like they found belonging. Like if you look at people like people that are like staying together, it looks like belonging. But also, do you really want that? Like, is it actually like what you really want? Is that something that like it looks appealing to you, but like maybe it's not actually. Maybe they're actually unhappy in that.
They
clique.
look like they have it all figured out. But like I remember when I first was in the fraternity, I wanted to try out partying and drinking and all that college stuff, and I was like, what, am I gonna be a cool frat guy who knows everybody now because I'm partying and stuff?
Just a side note, I don't imagine that with like when I like see you, but
well, you're not wrong. But I tried, I did try it out, and like all these guys who seem like, whenever they're partying, they seem like, oh, they have everything figured out. They're talking to everyone. They know everyone. They have a giant smile on their face.
Well, I think
But in reality, a lot of these guys have problems. Like, it's like guys who party, especially, whether it's with maybe they're reliant on substances. Maybe
And
they're
also, it's another
maybe
thing too.
maybe they crave social validation because they don't have their own validation.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like
Like no one has everything figured out.
I think we forget that everyone is going through something.
Mhm.
Like, when you see the cool kids,
the cool
right?
kids is crazy.
you think, oh, I can't talk to them or I get nervous. Don't have that mindset. What I do is I just think everyone is equals,
Mhm.
right? So that means you can talk to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone's going through something. No one's perfect.
Yeah, and also
True.
also don't feel like, and I feel like a lot of young men or whomever, it could be whomever, I feel like substances can be like they think that it's a key to connection because they can't like rely on just having like a genuine conversation, or it could be like games, it could be like, not that like, so like hobbies are good, but when it comes to like relying on those things, then that's like kind of like you're actually not really belonging per se so much. You're actually just like, you're in the same room but not actually really belonging. You're just maybe using that as like, I don't know if it's like a social crutch, or like using that as like a way to like sometimes like avoid like avoid the mask, or it's just it's like, I don't know, I feel like we use different things to belong. Or we use different masks, we use different
Mhm.
like things, try to like use our resumes of
Oh
like,
my gosh, yeah.
I'm such a
You ever hear
like,
The Stranger by Billy Joel?
Wait,
no,
yes.
no.
I adore that song. It's about who you really are based on opposed from the people who you pretend to be.
Yeah.
It's about, he's like, there's a part there, there's this true you that you really don't show anybody and you keep it hidden. And
Like-
there's like, my favorite lines, one day, or what, how does it go? I thought I was such a great romancer. Then I came home to a woman I didn't recognize. It was then I felt the stranger kick me right between the eyes.
I love
And
Billy
so
Joel.
it's like I love Billy. I love his lyrics. They're pretty
What
profound.
album is that from? 'Cause
But it's just like his most famous album cover. The one where he's like aura
With
farming in the.
with the
I really forget what it.
Okay.
I don't really know how to explain it.
I'll
I
look
have
through
the
my
image in
records
head.
later.
We'll look it up. Yeah.
I have like,
I think the album is called The Stranger, actually.
I think I have two.
Stranger.
Do I have two albums of him? I don't know how many
I love
like
Billy.
records I have at this point. I have like six
He
boxes.
has boxes.
I'm like,
Boxes.
I'm an addict guy.
What,
That's
six,
cool. That's
six
cool.
or so boxes
Boxes,
Yeah.
wow.
of records?
Yeah, I just like,
When
I
he-
think even like when it comes to that, I think like if you like you feel like you hide like your hobbies, like you feel like it's weird because
Mhm.
you think it's weird, or you're assuming that people think it's weird, so you like hide, and then you actually don't belong. You're just like trying to like, what was it again? You're trying to blend in
Mhm.
with people, and it's like not like
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
belonging.
Well, what I was saying with the Billy Joel thing is that, like, what he's trying to say is that if you put on this mask for so long, you're gonna find yourself with people that you're gonna find yourself with a version of yourself you don't recognize in other people that you don't get along with.
Oh my
And one day you're
gosh.
gonna realize that you don't really connect to these people, and then it's kind of like, who am I?
Yeah, and then you
Yeah.
have like that identity crisis.
Mhm.
So I think it's like, I think identity crisis can happen sometimes from like a gradual sense of going away from like your authentic self. It's like gradual. You're not like, you don't like just one day say wake up like, hey, I'm not gonna be myself today. But it's like, you accept this thing, or you like, you kind of like compromise your values, or you compromise your personality. It's like you gradually lean more into like what everyone else is doing, that you like kind of, your authentic self is so drained. You're like, who am I? And then like you
Mhm.
have those like identity questions, which we all have them, but I feel like if you're stuck in that like identity crisis, maybe like evaluate like maybe I haven't been in an authentic group of people. So I also have to go.
All right. I think that's a good way to end it, actually.
Yeah, I kind of gotta go soon too.
All right, cool. So, yeah, I think we covered everything we wanted.
Did we?
Or did we?
Part 2.
This is. Oh my
There's
God.
always more.
I keep forgetting we're on season 5. Like, this is actually crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, I think that's all. That's it for us for
Indubitably.
today. Once again, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube.
Click that subscribe button.
Thank you, Lucas.
And turn on notifications.
And a notification bell. Notification. Yeah, that's it. And yeah, we will see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.
Background people, say bye.
Bye.
Thank you. All right. Peace out, Girl Scouts.